Hello and welcome to Headliners, your first look at Monday's newspapers with three comedians. I'm Cressida Wetton, and joining me tonight, the unwise but not illegal combination of Josh Howie and Lewis Schaefer.
The boys are back in town.
They certainly are. How are you?
Well, you know, if anybody follows me on Twitter, I had a little incident yesterday after an earlier show, and I've got the bruises and the graze on my elbow to prove it.
How much detail you want to go into?
All right, I was mugged, basically.
Josh got mugged.
I got mugged. Were you mugged?
I was there.
Yeah, you were there.
I was there and I saw it. No, I
ran away.
I think maybe you deserved it, really, enough with the...
Lewis Schaefer, for balance, I would like to say he absolutely didn't deserve it. Right, let's have a look at those front pages. The Daily Mail leads with Sue Gray fast shows PM's lack of judgment blasts Kemi. The Daily Telegraph leads with Sue Gray ousted as PM wields the knife. The Times has Gray ousted in Labour coup. There's a theme developing here. The Daily Mirror, it's been a year of hell, time to find peace. And The Eye has Gray ousted in Downing Street power struggle. And finally, the Daily Star, did you see that massive beaver? And those were your front pages. OK, let's have a closer look at the front pages, starting with Monday's Daily Mail, please.
Yeah, so like you say, the big story on all the pages. Meghan's got a new look. And she goes solo too. I'm looking at this, I can't see what the new look is. She looks the same, she looks like a very attractive woman.
Can't you see that her hair is curly in this? She's got wavy hair.
I can't see that. I just see...
She's normally got that very straight Pantene advert.
I see a very beautiful woman who has never fibbed. That's what I see when I look at that photo. In fact, if it's behind my head, if I sort of move my head like that, I can almost kiss... No, I'm going to lose. Anyway, the other big story, though. Sue Gray fast shows PM's lack of judgments blast Kemi. This is covered in all the other papers, so Sue Gray is now being sort of ousted by the ruthless Keir Starmer. She was brought in, to be fair, to help with the transition. Arguably, that's done. They're through their first 100 days. But what this is, in the Daily Mail, is really an appeal by Kemi Badenoch to say, vote for me, Tory members. She does say something quite interesting, though, that I didn't realise, was that when Kemi Badenoch, in her previous job, Sue Gray was one of her advisors and pressured her or something to drop the opposition to the SNP's Gender Recognition Act, which, as we know, went totally pear-shaped because it was like anybody, a 16-year-old, could be like, yeah, I'm a boy, I'm a girl, I'm a they, whatever it is, and then that was it in law. And that's arguably one of the things that brought down the SNP, even though they're still obviously in power in north of the border. And that's quite scary. Now, the question for me, I guess, would be whether Sue Gray ideologically believes that rubbish, or whether she was just doing it, going along with everything as people did at the time. Either way, it shows a bad sense of judgment. Kemi Badenoch saying, you know what, I knew she was wrong, I stood against it, and fair enough, she did.
I don't think we know anything about Sue Gray. I don't think we know, or I don't know anything about Sue Gray. And I know something about...
You don't read the article.
I read the article, but, you know, it's behind the scenes. I've seen Yes Minister, but that doesn't mean we know what's going on behind those scenes. This woman, she has destroyed two political parties. She brought down the Tories, the Conservatives, and she's bringing down... This story, it reminds me of Michael Ovitz. Do you remember Michael Ovitz? And he was a big Hollywood agent, and he was brought on by Michael Eisner to run the Walt Disney thing, Walt Disney Company. And after that, and he was there like for 16 months, and then they fired him, and he was like lost to the world. They basically
every analogy with you always comes back to Michael Ovitz.
Are you saying Sue Gray's going to be lost to the world? Is that where this is going?
Yeah, she's gone. She's gone.
She's got a different job now.
So I'm just
Well, he only found out about her 7 minutes ago. So.
Yeah. But I'm postulating. My gut feeling is that she was brought... Maybe she was brought in to destroy her. Maybe she's the number one person in the whole government.
That's why the audience tune in. They are tuning in for your very ill-informed gut feeling.
I'm not even sure.
It's a comedy program, Josh.
So Kemi says maybe Sue Gray was a Labour sleeper all along. Are you saying, actually, no, she's a Tory sleeper? Oh. Is that what you're saying?
No, she's somebody who probably has no ideology whatsoever, and Keir Starmer needed to destroy her in order to do his own thing.
Interesting.
I'm guessing that.
You've got to move on, Lewis. Let's have a look at the Telegraph, please.
Telegraph, more good news. This is more illegal alien migrants in the UK than anywhere in Europe. And this is in the front page of the Daily Telegraph, which is, how much money is that? Is
Too much for us to afford.
£3.50.
What? Is £3?
And you get this show for free.
But you get a lot of news if you want to read news.
I don't get this for free. They have to pay me to turn up and listen to it.
yeah.
And it says, according to the article, it says that because today was a busy day of people coming in, there were 973 people crossing the water to come into Britain. I mean, 4 of them died. So does that make it?
I think it makes it not the point, Lewis. This article is saying that there's 1 illegal migrant for every 100 people in the UK. That's mind-blowing.
That is mind-blowing.
Not immigrants, illegal ones.
Illegal, yeah, and that's more than Germany, which is about 700,000, more than France.
Yeah.
Arguably larger spaces, whether that counts or not mostly population, but larger spaces physically. But yes, 1 in 100. And the question is, why are these illegal immigrants going through all these other countries, these safe countries, and going and making a beeline for the UK? What is that? Why are this 1 in 100 people here for? Well, they're here for the gifts that our society provides them.
Well, and specifically, some newspapers have been reporting migrants getting off the boats and saying, "Cheers, Starmer, thanks for that."
Yeah, because now they can stay, and I mean, the thing is, the fact that, I've been here for 24 years now, and people didn't ask that question back in the day. They called anybody wanting to move to this country an asylum seeker, as if it's so horrible where they're from that they're seeking asylum here. And now they just say, well, this must be really good here. I don't like a confident British people. I like them to think, well, things must be really bad here for them. Maybe I don't care. But anyway, but you know what the other important news is? That people are unhealthy, according to the University of Oxford. Did you want to add something to that story?
No,
I didn't.
was just seeing where you were jumping off.
Yeah.
More health fun and
as I said, because what I said, I'm not sure I believe what I said.
Well, but yeah, there's a big story. The next one is a big story. Baby boomers.
I'm going to say it. Yeah,
it's your generation.
It says, according to the University of Oxford, which is that big university up in
Yeah, I've heard of it. Didn't get in.
Is that the baby boomers, of which I call myself a baby boomer, and they call me that too, they're fatter, sicker, weaker, they have more chronic disease, more obesity, more disability than people from an earlier generation.
Yeah, people who fought World War II.
The people who fought World War II, which is, I don't know what those people were.
Well, they had
Heroes.
rationing. No wonder they were fitter and healthier. They didn't have enough nutrients, did they? And now we've got far too many.
No, that's not true. They didn't. The nutrients that people are eating today, as you can look at how great I look, is because they're eating more fruits and vegetables today. They're eating more. There are more vegans. There are more vegetarians. People are downing broccoli.
Oh, Lewis, this is fascinating and a very hot take. We've got more NHS stuff coming up later on, and you might want to save this for later.
Yeah.
Let's have a quick look at the Mirror, please, John.
Yeah, it's been a year of hell. Time to find peace. Now, I'm in two minds about this article. This is about a hostage, Emily, who has been Damari. She has dual citizenship, British and Israeli. She's been a hostage now for coming up to a year tomorrow. And this is an article about her mother, who was at the memorial today in Hyde Park in London, which I attended, and she gave an incredibly emotional speech. And I'm really, first of all, grateful that finally it seems like she's getting some coverage. As the British citizen who's been held in the most unbelievable conditions, we can't even imagine what she has been through and is going through. So I'm glad that the Mirror has put this on the front page. At the same time, what they say in the little box here, the mother called for an end to killing on all sides, whatever. Now, that is somewhat true, but that wasn't really what her speech is about. Everybody wants a stop to the killing of all sides, right? But what she really asked for was for this UK government to do everything it can to get one of our citizens back and free. And that's what she called for. And the idea that it was some sort of mealy-mouthed, everybody kumbaya, no. She is trying to save her daughter, and it was absolutely heartbreaking. And I was grateful to be there and see it.
Yeah, this is interesting that it's on the Mirror, isn't it, Lewis?
I don't know anything about it.
You don't know anything about it. OK, well, in that case, we'll move on. Let's have a look at this story instead, then. Finally, the Daily Star, Lewis. What sophisticated headline have they got?
That was a joke I made. Or an attempt
No,
at
it
a
wasn't.
joke. Or an attempt at a
I can't be
joke.
sure.
It was concise
Lewis, you've
political
got 20
commentary.
seconds to talk about this big beaver.
See that massive beaver? Giant beavers could be on the rampage of rivers near you because they want to bring the beavers back. It's just a play on words. It's called beavers because beavers stand for something.
this
in
Team
this
World?
country. No. This
Death
is,
of Love?
Well, in a way, it is Team World. It's saying we don't need to produce food. We just have beavers, and beavers are better than food. They don't do anything. The beavers bring... Can you eat a beaver? When was the last time you ate?
Lewis Schaefer, right, that's it. That's the front pages out of the way, no more. Join us.